1, 2, 3, baby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we're going to be playing more Final Fantasy 16. I am going to be playing significantly less Final Fantasy 16 than a couple days ago. Because, that was a lot. And, I spent all of yesterday afternoon and yesterday night sleeping. So yes, today we're gonna be playing more. Hopefully, let's see. Is the sound coming out? I don't. Oh, the sound's muted. That's why. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I was like, something happened. Okay, good. We were able to figure it out. Awesome. Right back where we ended. I actually watched Skill Up's video this morning on Final Fantasy 16, and he was pretty critical of it. Not gonna lie. But to be fair, a lot of his criticisms I also had. So, I just think that the story, and some of the gameplay
They've closed the road.
kind of redeems some
It's
of the faults
only
it
way
has.
From here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
Kupka?
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
Move this monitor
By
up.
guile, then.
There we go.
Perhaps
That's better.
the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina
Mic down a little bit.
Woman of mystery.
Ah,
But how
much
will
better.
we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid.
With Sid.
Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Okay.
Looks like we won't be getting back to
Yeah, most of his complaints, Skill Up's complaints, were about side quest stuff, which I agree. But that's also why I didn't play it. That's why I skipped majority of the side quest stuff, because I was like, the side quests suck, so I'm just not gonna do them.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
And he was like, the side quests are a slog and they're garbage, and I'm like, I didn't do them, so that's simple.
You know her?
You know, just don't do them. Like,
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
I don't know,
That's
the
easy. The Briar's
brothel.
Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the street.
That's where the last
The owner's only a young sprig,
people were
but he's got all the right ideas.
in the last
Briar's
town.
Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort.
Wow.
Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
I mean, not nowadays, apparently, because all the influencers are 30 something or younger.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde.
I feel like I'm going on
We're
an
seeking to
adventure with my
expand
Uncle
our
Warren.
business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamel's
This
leading
guy
entrepreneurs.
vaguely reminds me of my Uncle Warren for some reason.
Well, we're best known for our bars,
And I say
our
vaguely
markets
for
and
a
our
reason,
smithies.
because he really is
I
not that
suppose
similar.
you could do
but
worse than start your search at one of those.
he's got gray haired and a beard
You've
and
been most helpful.
kind of a similar face shape.
You wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamel?
If he was wearing glasses, though, I'd be like, yeah, that's my Uncle
I
Warren.
can't say I do.
Totally.
Well, thank you all the same.
Yeah, okay. Da, 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 da.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drex Fang.
Hey, stop. Wait, what? That's not the guy?
Mummy, I want to play with the
He's
crystal.
not the guy.
How many times?
He's not the guy. Gotta find the guy. Elijah Wood is the guy.
Can I help you?
Captain.
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further.
Old trading
He's been
stock?
here for
What
years.
is?
Knows the place. and
That sounds
all
oddly
about his
racist.
hand.
I don't know what that
Very
actually is
well
supposed to
built
mean,
merchant
but
families.
I'm assuming it just means
That's
she's
where you'll usually
from a
find him.
Thank
trading
you
family or
kindly.
something. But when you say stock, it makes it sound
Well,
like
it sounds like we have our man.
property,
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
even if it doesn't mean that.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Furter?
You
I am.
further.
Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll...
Bordello. Okay.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
I don't trust any of these people. I've just talked to them.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
But I'm pretty much not scared of
beg your
anything,
pardon?
so.
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you'll like it.
See, like, yeah, like, sure, like, well, you know, but I'd stick my nose wherever I want because you die. Mash, square, mash, square, mash, square. The only problem I have with this is, with this one, is his main thing is a shield. And the only problem I have with that is I don't really need a shield. I was wondering if I jumped and then did that, if anything would happen, like how when you do the grab in the air. Yeah, the shield's kind of pointless unless like if they hit the shield, can I do anything after that? No. If they hit the shield, I can't like perform any like action off of blocking. No. I don't know. I might get rid of him, man. He's got some good stuff, but his base B is kind of crap. Like at least like this base B is that, and this base B has like movement to it. I think that's the other reason why I actually do like the Garuda stuff more, is because at least Garuda's circle also does some sort of maneuver. Has to do with movement, makes the movement better in the game. Oh, okay, well. This is overkill. This poor man received so much overkill. Oh, look, more garbage. But yeah, the biggest thing I differentiated on,
Who
or
are you
I
working for?
had a different opinion on
Him
from
or her?
Skill Up was like, he had a bunch of complaints about like
boss.
a lot of stuff that I
He wanted
complained
us to
about.
test
But the
you.
difference was that
Though one could hardly
like
call
I was
that
like, well, the story's amazing.
Lord Furder?
I still believe
Look
that.
what the cat dragged.
The story's awesome.
You're skilled with a blade.
And he was like, well, you know, but what about the story and the side missions? And I was like, don't do the side missions. They're
You know
a
who
waste
I
of
am.
time.
So what now?
And you don't need to do the side
Calling the men
missions
of the rock and collect the bounty?
because
That
the
isn't
game's
my decision to make.
easy.
Our work is done.
So doing the side
Take him to
missions
meet his
doesn't help.
precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
I'm not wearing
Yes, my
glasses
lord.
yet. It hurts my
To the
ears.
Lock of Leisure, then.
Hurts the sides of my head.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Lock of leisure. The leisure. Okay, we.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Take a sniff.
Fresh bread. I want fresh bread. Oh, the other thing he was talking about was like some people are having like poor game performance, and I was like, I have not experienced that at all.
Ubor's Forge.
Not to say that
The Briar's Kiss.
it's not true or people are lying, but yeah, I haven't experienced really
so it
like
was the young
any
sprig after
glitches
all.
or like
So
really
much for Rosina
like frame
Delamere
rate
being a
problems.
woman of experience.
I've had almost no frame rate
Wrong
problems
I was.
or like
It was an easy mistake
things
to
looking
make,
shitty.
Uncle.
Like everything looks good.
After all, it must have been years
I don't know.
since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly
And
is.
normally I'd be like, well,
truly
maybe it's a
mean.
difference in hardware in terms of computers,
he
but
deserves
it's
our
on a
respect.
PS5, so it's like everyone
See
has
that
the
he
same
gets it.
PS5, so everyone should be running at a similar frame rate and, you know, graphics quality.
Lubor, Lord Furder told me to.
We all
bring
have
him
the
to
same specs.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
Am I supposed to know who you are?
you. I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity?
Uh,
Why, trust. Everyone knows
sure.
that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I too have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street.
I will pay
I'm a busy
you
man,
all
as you
this
can
money
see.
that I don't have any use for.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
Bro, I don't care. No one can stop me from doing
So-
literally anything.
What do we need to do? to earn
Unless
your trust?
they're, unless someone is a dominant,
Like
they
this
cannot
one.
stop me from
Willing
doing
to do
whatever
whatever
the
it
hell
takes
I
to get
want.
what he wants. Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still
like
been
a
a boy.
dick.
And yet, even then, I
Looks
had
like a
more good
smug.
sense than a man.
Smug.
5 times my age? But
Wipe the
enough of
smug off his
pleasantries.
face.
We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil.
Yeah.
Return to me when you have done so, and
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them.
I mean, that's fair.
manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than...
What did you...
My apologies. A word of advice. Follow the crit... Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy.
Bruh, come on. Just be like, I want you to
It
go
will be
take this
easy.
thing to
Let
the
us
other
divide
thing.
our force.
Gosh. Follow the crystals. Follow the
I
butterflies.
thought we were the
Follow
only
the
ones causing
butterflies.
trouble in Dalamil.
Wee la 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 la.
For what?
Information, my good man.
Oh, the crystals. What does that even mean?
juiciest meat from Greens. You wouldn't believe how much you get.
Hey, lady. Yeah, I'm
What
interrupting
can I
you.
do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have
She just jumped right
an
to it,
agreement
huh?
with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking.
Jeez.
With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
No one's gonna. You ain't never gonna get your bread buttered with that attitude.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Are you looking for something in particular?
I don't know. Is that better than what I have? Yeah. Wait, that's the old version of what I have. I already upgraded it. Hunter's waistcloth. I don't own that. Platinum belt. I own that. Let's just buy it.
An excellent choice.
Like I just buy stuff to buy it at this point, just as like a collecting thing, because I literally it's like yeah, like I collect all the armor pieces because I don't have anything else to do with my money. Let's do that.
An excellent choice.
Meteorite, Desert Rose, 1,000 Fables. Okay.
Go with Gilbert.
Yeah, no, yeah. The merchants are useless because they don't sell anything because your sword is your weapon is more of a.
Mommy, I want to play with the crystal.
The stat system is bad, and your sword is essentially more of a fashion accessory than an actual thing that helps gameplay. The talent tree isn't very good either. But I still think, I don't know. Yeah, because his main argument, Skill's main argument was, well, it's not really very much of an RPG. It's more like, they took out like most of the RPG elements. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, that's bad. And I was like, well, I mean, it's different. I definitely think that it's weird that they have some RPG elements still in there, like a skill tree and like weapon stuff, right? Like all this stuff. It feels like they didn't take it all the way, right? They either needed to bring more of the RPG elements that they have in the game and flesh them out more, or they needed to just scrap the RPG elements entirely and just say, this is an action game. You have a weapon, right? You don't need new weapons. You have a, because I think the problem is that they introduce stuff like, oh, weapons, and then introduce stuff like, oh, weapons with rarities, and then but then it doesn't make any sense because the weapon rarity is pointless. Because like even if they would have just been like, oh well, the difference between the purple weapon and the green weapon is that the purple weapon has some sort of special ability, right? Then it would have been like, okay, sure, right? Then it would have been like, okay, well, the green weapon does more, but the purple weapon has a special ability I really like, But that's not the case. So, yeah. So that makes the weapon rarities, like, entirely pointless. And, it also makes, a lot of things kind of stupid. Like, because then it's like, oh, well, you can make your build, because it's like they add the things to make your own build, but then, like, they don't do it enough that you can actually make a build. Like, nah, you're pretty much stuck with the way it is. Also, Screw Titan, he's garbage. He has a couple, his moves are fine, but his base ability sucks. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a
dude,
moment?
what's up?
Depends what for.
That's the question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hour. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well...
Okay. What did he mean by follow the crystals? Because I don't think we followed any crystals. And the last guy is over on this right side over here. I mean, unless they're talking about that, but that's just the teleportation crystal thing. Yeah, like, what do you mean follow the crystals? There was no... Huh.
Excuse me.
Maybe
You've heard, then?
they haven't gotten to it
I've
yet.
heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between, and it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
I think I'm starting to get
See,
an idea
this
of
is
what's been going.
see, this is what I was talking about, right? If the crystals are essentially like an energy source, then you're fucking everyone who uses the energy source, not just the government. You know, you're not just fucking the government and the people who do the wars. You're fucking the regular people too, which you did.
I wonder if Uncle Byron
You're the fault. No one has magic crystals. And then you're probably, and then he's probably gonna, Clive's probably gonna be like, well, why isn't anyone sharing the magical crystals with the poor people? And it's like, what did you expect, Clive? Really? You expected that to happen? You expected that once there was a shortage, that the poor people were gonna get the crystals that they already were barely getting before the shortage? Yeah, okay. Like, come on.
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture.
Yeah, fuck you.
What do you want?
No, I don't
Haven't you
remember
caused enough
breaking her
trouble
furniture.
already?
What she's talking about?
I'm looking for my pal.
I thought she was
You
the
see
lady
him?
that was just talking with
gentleman who was with you?
the hooker.
Yes, he's upstairs, but
Thank you.
Okay. Upstairs we go. Ah, okay. Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
My uncle's trying to bribe people.
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come
My
to
uncle
an
is just
agreement,
giving away
but not here.
fortune, his fortune for
What are you doing, Uncle?
to random dudes. Get information. Uncle's just flashing big wads of cash. You're gonna get freaking, you know if you do that in like a poor area like this, you do realize you're going to get either mugged or someone's gonna pickpocket you, right? Why you don't show your money.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals.
I love Uncle.
I had no
Uncle's
luck,
great.
of course. It's forbidden to trade in but my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians.
Uniformed
They took me
ruffians.
aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I proved I could pay for it.
Okay.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers.
Okay, okay, Uncle.
Far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Of course. Of course, Uncle.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
My carpet.
Where am I going? Oh. Okay.
Castle Dasbog. You two can live.
I figured the map would fill out, but apparently it does not. Huh. The other thing Skillup said was, like, the game's too linear. And I was like, I like that. I don't want open world. I'm so sick of open world games. I'm, like... Because most of the time, it just means more, just extra stuff that's not fun. So, like, I am totally fine with there not being, like, an open world. I am totally fine with... I honestly wish they would have dialed it back. Because there's like these areas that are just, they're here and they're bigger than the other portions, but they're just empty. And that was his point. He was like, but I think he was leaning more into like, they have these big empty areas, they should fill it with more stuff. And I'm like, no, they should just get rid of the big empty areas.
From here.
Don't fill it with stuff. Because, again, every time you run into an open world, oh, well, you just need to fill it with more stuff. Okay, well, that's how we get 200, that's how we get 900 Koroks and 450 shrines or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because they need to fill it with more stuff, so they fill it with the same stuff over and over and over again.
You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones.
The same reason why we had like a million dungeons in Elden Ring, and like they got super irritating after a while.
Yes. If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Bro, this guy is like calling you my lord, but I don't think he really. Oh dang! Actually, are you like counterfeit or something?
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity.
There's no
But what of security? If I
way
was to
this
stop
is
on the
150.
road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
Huh.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? what brings you here?
Why? To
So what I
collect their
understand
share of
is
Drake's Fang's
royalists.
blessing, of course. Our nations are allies.
I
so
still
they
don't
are
fully
entitled
understand
to a
everything,
portion
but
of the Mother
essentially
Crystal's
Kupka's men are these guys.
being
You know,
good friends. We elected to
they're part of
increase that
like
portion
Kupka's forces,
share
and
the
Kupka is kind of, you know,
Now that
he
these
rules over like
crystals
the
are
desert
officially
and the
property
desert
of the Kingdom
people.
of Waloed, we are duty bound.
And then
not
the
to interfere,
Republicans,
no matter where. they
which
might
again I
happen
don't
to end
understand
up
why they're named
next.
Republicans, because they don't, because like
Did you get all that?
for me
They're in
the like you call someone a Republican because they believe in a republic, but it didn't seem like they believed in a republic. Didn't seem like Republicans really believed in a republic. They were more like I don't know, just I don't know what government system they had, but it did not seem like a republic, considering they were like imprisoning people and like torturing people and all this stuff. Then you have the royalists, who I believe follow the emperor, but then you've got like the royalists who wear like the silver outfits, and they run with the emperor because our mom was siding with the emperor, and she was with them when we were taken, and so the royalists, I believe, work for the emperor. But then there's these like black royalists who wear this black armor, and I have no idea, like, I don't know. Because there was a whole conversation with Clive where Clive was talking to the Black Royalists, being like, you rejected, you rejected what you originally stood for. This is disgusting. All this stuff. So I'm not sure what the difference between the Black Royalists and the regular Royalists are. But I don't know. They're the guys with the fancy armor, and then. We haven't really experienced anything with Odin, and I believe the Bahamut, the dude who's Bahamut's dominant is I believe the dude that's Bahamut's dominant is the Emperor's dominant, is for the Empire, but I'm not positive. And I think Odin has his own forces, which I don't think we've seen Odin's forces, or we haven't really, like, looked into that. We haven't really experienced anything with Odin. We've experienced some stuff with the Empire, but we haven't really experienced anything with Odin, so we're still waiting on that. So I don't know.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
Okay.
It's not over yet.
Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
Also, people are saying that when you play the game a second time, it kind of is a new game plus, which is kind of nice. But at the same time, I think a lot of people were saying they wish that you could just pick a higher difficulty from the start instead of having to do New Game Plus to experience a higher difficulty of the game. Which I agree. Seems fair. Also, I would hope that if there's a New Game Plus, maybe you're allowed to skip cutscenes in it. That would be really nice, because, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, if you can't really skip cutscenes, but if you could skip cutscenes, then it would make a New Game Plus really more tolerable. Because the first time around, I don't mind not skipping cutscenes, right? The first time I played the game. But if I had to play the game again to experience a higher difficulty, then I would want to not have to sit through every single cutscene where I already know what happens, you know? We'll see. I doubt it. But maybe. Is he in range? Yeah. Is everything in range? Because that guy felt like he was really far away. I really don't know the range of that spell. I've thought that it's in like a circle around me, like a very tight circle around me, but I could be wrong. I'm not positive. Okay.
How'd you like my performance, huh?
I mean, you didn't do anything. But good job, Uncle.
Greybeard, you were magnificent.
Good job, Uncle.
The battle scene was particularly thrilling.
Greybeard.
Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but
How long have you been watching?
long enough to witness your uncle's. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army.
Yeah.
Until you two came along, that is.
And Kupka's technically still alive. I don't know if he can, like, get his arms back, though.
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Well, I just, because what I'm thinking is, you know, we got our arm cut off when we were, Ifrit, and then we grew it back. So maybe if...
I still don't know your name.
I don't know. I don't really know the rules here on this stuff.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse.
Hey, screw you. Clive's a good name.
Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too.
See, okay, so this is a tangent. This doesn't really have to do with what's happening right now, but so you can grow back body parts when you turn into an icon, right? As a dominant. When you turn into an icon, you can grow back body parts. We know that because Garuda grew back her leg. I grew back my arm as Ifrit. The question I have is if like Kupka, right, turned into an icon, would he be able to grow his arms back? And also, the other question I still am posing is I don't understand how the icon dominant thing works exactly, because we stole Benedicta's power and she was still able to transform into a dominant. Now, is that because like Garuda took pity on her or something? Like we took her power and then Garuda, like as a god, was like I see you and I'm going to give you your power back. And so then she was able to get her power back because Garuda gave her more power. Or even if I steal someone's power, they still have some sort of access to it. Like I didn't actually steal their power. Like I'm still a bit confused on how that works, because If I truly had stolen her power, she should have not been able to transform into Garuda, but she did. So either A, I didn't steal her power entirely, or B, she was given new power. So then the other thought I have is, well, Kupka is out of commission right now, but he's not dead. So my thing is, like, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, yeah, but he got his power stolen, so he's out of commission, so he's not going to be any threat. And it's like, yeah, but that's what we thought about Benedicta, and then Benedicta got her powers back somehow. So either Kupka could come back and get his powers back, but then again, the other thought I have is, well, if he gets his powers back and transforms into Titan, right, into his icon, will his arms grow back? Like, because the thing is, we saw Clive grow his arms back, but he was already Ifrit when he grew his arms back. So it was like, yeah, that makes sense. But would that work if he transformed without arms and then transformed into his icon? Would he grow his arms back? And after he transformed back out of being his icon, would he keep his new arms? So these are all very questions that I have about what's going to happen with Kupka. Like, I don't know. But I just...
Many of the guards have already been redeployed.
Part of me wanted to put Kupka out of commission and be like, oh, he's out of sight, out of mind, but he's really not.
The other way should you attempt to pass.
He's really not. Like, he could easily come back with powers somehow. And that dude kind of, I think, purposely saved Kupka because he seemed valuable to him.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
Oh, and also... Sorry. We'll get back to him in a second. And also, Olivier saved Kupka. But Olivier was like an older version, so again, I'm thinking Olivier has maybe whatever power that Joshua has, Olivier might have a similar power, because Olivier went from being a young kid to being an adult to going back to being a young kid. So either they both have some sort of weird power that lets them shift from being adults and kids, or there's some sort of time travel thing where there's older versions of them and younger versions of them at the same time. And Olivier has also gotten to do that. And then also, if he saved Kupka, because he purposely saved Kupka, and him and his mom sided with them. So, with Kupka, and then he saved Kupka, and then they went back to the Royal Empire being like, haha, it was just a joke. Let us back. That makes me assume that Kupka will return. And when Kupka does return, our mother will probably betray the Empire again and side with him. Because otherwise they wouldn't have saved him. Right? I don't think that our mother has the sympathy to save someone that isn't beneficial to herself. She does not care about other people. So, like, she wouldn't save Kupka out of pity. She would save Kupka because she thinks that Kupka is a better decision than going back to the old king, to the old emperor. She would never do anything out of that isn't out of pure self-centeredness, essentially, because that's her character. So again, that implies to me that they saved Kupka for a reason, and Kupka is going to be used in some way to forward the Queen's goals, and that's probably going to be against the Emperor's and the Empire's goals, because otherwise they wouldn't have saved Kupka. She wouldn't have saved Kupka, because I can't imagine a situation where the Empire and the Emperor are like, oh yeah, we want Kupka around. No, they want Kupka dead. They don't want to deal with Kupka. So yeah, So those are my thoughts. I'm very curious because I feel like
And my name is not Greybeard.
there's a lot
It's Lord
going
Byron
on.
Rosfield, thank you very much.
There's a lot going on.
Thank you.
And I'm hoping that they elaborate soon. Because they're setting up a lot of good questions and a lot of good stuff. I'm just hoping we're just waiting for the payoff, and I'm hoping it turns out well.
I couldn't find any results.
I know, shut up. Thank you.
Any
Goodbye.
friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubo.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Okay. Are we gonna, like, seal the deal then? Like, where you want to be in bed together, right? It's kind of gay, man. I'm just saying. Kinda gay. I don't know. That's kinda
trust
gay.
you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a
Kinda
reputation
gay.
to uphold.
Okay. Cool. We made another friend.
Well then, I wish you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I get what they're doing with these, like, kind of side quest segments in between main quests. I get what they're doing. They're trying to, like, build our... They're trying to, like, build our, like, help. You know what I mean? Our helpers, so that it feels like we're making progress and building, like, an army or whatever to fight back. By having, you know, people that are, by having more,
Is it true what I'm hearing?
by building up a group of relationships amongst different people and ties to, you know, different powerful people. They're trying to, you know, essentially be like, oh, you're building relations with different people, and that's helping you.
Lubo was true to his word.
It's helping you gain power, right? So that you can, you know, rebel against the other governments with the help of other people.
I'm not too late.
Which is not bad. I mean, it's just that it's a little...
Question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Salmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a bout.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days.
Okay.
I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Okay.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines. I've lost one Sid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Coop.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
I mean, fair. People will think I'm cursed if I keep making friends with Sids that die.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Ooh.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
Okay.
I will, Uncle.
Thank you, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive,
Thought I heard a knock on
allow
the
me
door.
to apologize.
Why? Why?
After what befell
But
at
why?
Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor.
Oh, you're saying you were a coward?
I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am.
Okay, Uncle.
And I'm sorry.
Okay,
Uncle, please.
You're a good guy.
It's not too late, Clive.
You tried.
Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back.
I mean,
Had
yeah,
I
we
the
want to
courage of
rebuild
my
Rosaria.
brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot.
Clive, quit being
I
a pussy.
fight to build a new world now.
We all know you're gonna be. Oh, okay. I guess that's fair.
A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms.
Freedom!
I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
Sounds fair. You know?
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming
I
back
feel
to
like
me.
they could have given us
I am
more.
proud to call you nephew.
I don't know. More time with his dad. Because I don't feel like I really got to know his dad the way he
Wish
talks
me luck
about
in
his
convincing
dad
my
in
Canvarian friend
the
to share his
game.
considerable talents.
Like, he talks
I
very
need to
highly of his
plunder
dad,
his
but
coffers and prove myself worthy of a
I don't
place
know.
in your merry
I mean, I
band.
guess his dad wasn't, like, awful, but, like, I don't know. I
Well
always
then,
felt like...
my boy.
Like, there's...
Go safely, Uncle.
There's something to be said about how the fact
And
that
you,
I didn't know
nephew.
that
We
his
have much
dad
to
was
catch
his
up on,
dad
you and I should
until
expect you
way
to
later.
regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet.
I didn't know his brother was his brother until way later, right? Like,
You can regale me too.
I assumed
Torvald.
that he was unrelated to the family because of how they treated him. And, like, the mom treated him like shit. Like, the dad didn't treat him like shit, but it always felt like... oh, like...
Coming for you.
Clive is, like, my other son. It felt like a very Jon Snow situation. Where, like, Ned Stark doesn't hate Jon Snow, right? But, like, he has to keep Jon at arm's reach because of his, like... of his mom. You know, the fact that Jon is a bastard and, you know, his mom... I mean, it's not even his mom. His stepmom, essentially, Kat essentially hates him. Like, Catelyn Stark essentially hates him. And so he keeps Jon at arm's reach, like, the whole time. And, like, Jon then kind of has, like, this, like, honor of his dad in Game of Thrones, but like at the same time, like he doesn't always feel as close to his dad as like his other brothers because he kept him at arm's reach. And I feel like, I don't know, Clive has like this unrealistic perception of his father, at least from, again, what we see at the beginning of the game, you know, where it's like, I didn't even know that he was his dad for a while because he didn't feel like his dad. He felt like the king who like liked him, you know, the king who like looked kindly on him because he thought he was gonna be like a good soldier and a good like dominant, or not even a dominant, but a powerful soldier and useful, and like, you know, the same way like your boss might really like you if you do a good job at work, you know. It feels like that. It felt like that. And so, I don't know. Yeah, he's like, my dad was all about all this stuff. And I'm like, what? Couldn't we have seen a little more of that? I don't know. Like, couldn't we have seen a little more fatherly love between him and Clive? I guess not, because we had to rush through the beginning. And you know, if they wouldn't have been concise with the beginning, people might have started getting bored because it was pretty well paced. I feel like the beginning was well paced, and if they would have tried to do a lot more in the beginning, it might have not had that like really good pacing. So I can understand that. It just makes you want like a little, like even just a little moment between him and his dad before his dad dies, just so you kind of like, I mean, there was a moment in like the thing, but oh, he's got like metal hands like in Game of Thrones. He can't use a fork.
What has that gutter rat done to me?
That's not gonna make it hurt less, my man. It's gonna make it hurt more.
Out of my sight, witch!
Oh, come on.
I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
Oh, maybe this is a different dude.
He
Maybe
sought to humiliate me.
Is this not Olivier?
If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead.
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust.
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Okay, yeah, it's not Olivier. He just looks like a grown-up version of Olivier.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck.
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope.
Who is this guy to call him
There may
weak?
yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
This guy has got like secret powers or something we don't know about.
What must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
Okay. I'm listening. What heart?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether.
Oh no.
Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man.
No, that's not good, man.
But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power.
Don't do it.
But
Don't
others
do
have
that.
suffered a similar fate.
I don't like that idea.
And still
You go
managed
turn
to
into like
find
the biggest
strength to
Titan
conjure
friggin'
their
ever.
icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
Wait, is that what happened? What do you mean she drank of the ether? No, she didn't. When did she do that? She was in a field. About to get, you know, something. Before she just kind of exploded. But
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light.
I'm still confused what he means by Benedicta ate the crystal, because we didn't. That's not what we saw. Unless she ate the crystal before then, but when did she do that?
You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Oh shit. I mean, that's a lich, but I assume it looks like I want to say what's the dude's name? I always want to say Thanos, and that's not right, or Thanatos or something. I don't remember. Uh-oh. Blood. Is that him? No. No, that's just someone else. Those are just monsters.
Orcs.
I thought maybe he had eaten the thing and that was him.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
Hmm. The royalists. Okay.
Are the beastmen part of the Waluda army now?
It'll be kind of a partial stealth mission.
They've spotted us.
Wow. And explode. Nice. Thought I saw a climbing thing. Oh, I did see a climbing thing. Or, well, I
over the entire mine.
Climbing slash duck thing. Okay.
So much for the men of the rock.
Yeah, and the other thing, like, leveling up isn't satisfying. You don't really get an excitement over leveling up because it's just, more stats. And since you can't put your stats in what you want, and it just auto gives you stats, then it's like, yeah, that's... These are the stats you get. It's like, oh, that's kind of... Okay. Like, it'd be cooler if, you know, I had freedom to build my stats however I want. And... It just means that you don't get excitement over progression. That's what it means. Which again, like, I can understand not liking that, but at the same time, it just means you have to get excitement from other things in the game. Like, I get excitement from the story aspect of the game. I get excitement from the other combat in the game. I'm not gaining excitement from making a build or anything, but I mean, it's not really like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really need to, you know. If I'm gaining enjoyment from other things in the game, then I don't need to gain enjoyment from like everything. I don't need to compare a game to every other game and be like, oh well, you know, this game does this thing, but it doesn't do this other thing. And I think that was the biggest argument that I, you know. Again, I'm mostly talking about the skill up thing because that's the most recent thing I've watched about people talking about the game. But like, yeah, it's like, well, you know, I get that there's not that like build craft in this game, but I mean, and I know there's historically been that building stuff in other Final Fantasy games. But I look at this game as its own game, right? I don't want to just sit here comparing it to other Final Fantasy games. Mostly because I don't care about other Final Fantasy games. Like, I don't. Because personally, I think that Skill Up was complaining. Like, I don't want to say complaining. He was criticizing a lot about. He was criticizing a lot about not having, you know, those RPG elements. And a lot of people, and he was like, that's something that, you know, I expect from Final Fantasy. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. That's not what they're doing this time around. They're doing an action game. It doesn't need those elements. And like, sure, like, do I think they could improve on some of those? Like, if they added some of those elements, would it improve the game? Sure, maybe. But they're not necessary for me to have fun in the game, is what I'm saying. Like, for example, I love FromSoft games, right? I love Dark Souls. I love Bloodborne. I love, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with Elden Ring, right? Sekiro is amazing, and Sekiro barely has any, like, build variety, okay? And based off the same premise, right? You could say, well, I don't like Sekiro because it's not enough like previous FromSoft games that have, you know, customizability, right? This is essentially the Sekiros of Final Fantasy games. It's not doing what the other games have done, right? It's taking out a large aspect of a lot of that, right? And it's keeping some things, like some of the themes and some of the you know, like the gods and a lot of the story, a lot of the some of the core story elements, like revolving around gods and getting powers and, you know, all that stuff is still in the game, right? Just like Sekiro has a lot of similar themes and a lot of similar stuff that the other FromSoft games does, but it doesn't. But Sekiro doesn't, you know, have the customizability. It doesn't focus on that. It's an action game, right? I mean, the other ones were action games, but they were also RPGs. But Sekiro isn't an RPG. It's an action game. This is how I feel about this game. It's like, you know, people being like, well, other Final Fantasy games were action RPGs. It's like, well, this one's not. This one's an action game. It's not an RPG. And I agree with you. They put in some RPG elements, right? They put in some RPG elements, and those RPG elements aren't good, right? And I'll agree with that. But what they should do, what they should have done, is either remove those RPG elements out entirely and just make it an action game, like Sekiro, right? Like Sekiro removed different weapons. You don't have different weapons, right? They removed armor. You don't have different armor, right? They removed all that stuff. I think the problem is that this game includes those things, but it does it half-assed, right? If they hadn't included armor, or they haven't included different weapons, or they hadn't included a bunch of that stuff, a lot of people's complaints would maybe be slightly different. They might be complaining that, oh, like, I don't have different swords, oh, I don't have different armor, but I think it would be significantly lessened, because I think not implementing something into a game is significantly better than implementing something half-assed into a game, right? Because you might be like, oh, you know, they didn't include this thing, it kind of sucks. But if they include it half-assed, and then it draws away from the game, right? And then you're like, yeah, no, that sucked. I hated that, right? And you have a significantly more, you know, negative opinion of it. Yeah, because again, I think a lot of and like that's not all that Skill Up said. He said a lot of other things like that. Again, and even the stuff that he said, I agreed with. Like I don't like a lot of the systems they implemented, but like there's a lot of there's a lot of systems I don't like that they implemented.
This must be.
But I am able to look past those systems significantly more because I'm not looking at it as, oh, you know, like Final Fantasy whatever did this better. Final Fantasy, I'm not looking at it as I want this game to be more Final Fantasy, and since it's, you know, since it's not doing what the other Final Fantasies did, it's worse because of it. You know, I'm looking at it as these suck, but I don't really care because I can just ignore it, right? Whereas he's looking at it as this sucks because it's not like other Final Fantasy games. But I already went into this being like, well, it's not going to be like other Final Fantasy games. So I'm already like, I don't care if it's like other Final Fantasy games. Oh, yeah. That was good. Oof.
Come on.
Wow, this guy's cool.
That's better. Let's try.
Oh. See, and then there's boss fights like this where I'm like, this is good. You know what I mean? Like, sure, maybe I wish I could have a little more, maybe I wish I could have a little more variation in my combat, right? Instead of, like, spamming skills. But, like, you know, the dodging aspect of this, his moveset is pretty good. Like, him making me kind of dart around the room to avoid his spells and stuff is pretty good. Like, I like that. Like, I fairly enjoy the combat in this game. Do I think it could be improved? Yeah, but it's not. It's definitely good. The way I see it is, if this is Final Fantasy 16. If this is Final Fantasy 16, if you treat this as like the beginning formula of like a new series of Final Fantasy games, like I would love to, like think of this as like Breath of the Wild, right? I'm not saying it is, but like imagine in several years when they take this formula from Final Fantasy 16 and like bring back some aspects that were better in the older games and like bring back some other stuff to like make it slightly better. You know, maybe they move some things around. Maybe they add more to the combat system, you know. I just think that like this has so much potential to make like really good Final Fantasy games. This combat. So imagine like Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, right? Like there was just a vast improvement. I mean, there wasn't an improvement in combat, but there was improvement in other things. And I just think that this game, like as a blueprint to like future Final Fantasy games, I think it would be amazing. And die. Woo! That was close. I was like, fuck, he's gonna explode. Ah, he's gonna explode on me, no. Did it. We did it. But yeah, I like, yeah. Like, just think of this. And like, I think it's great on its own. Like, I think there's great aspects of this game on its own. But like, I just think that they've changed so much from the original formula, and they've kind of, I don't know. Skill Up said it was a de-evolution, but I think that if you take this that they've made, because they've evolved this game in many ways, right? And I can see how he was like, I think he said like Final Fantasy VII Remake was like a more of an evolution than this. And I kind of agree, but I think there's aspects to like this combat that are way better than Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think the best thing that they can do is take this combat and this combat system and stuff like and all the good things that this game has brought, because this game has brought a lot of good stuff, and just bring back a little more of the RPG stuff. That's the thing. They either need to bring back the RPG stuff and make it really good, right? Or they need to get rid of it entirely. And I wouldn't really be that sad if they got rid of some of the RPG stuff. I mean, the only thing that I feel like I don't care that much about like the skill tree and stat stuff, right? That's not a huge deal to me. I don't really care that like I care a little bit that like leveling up I don't get to pick my stuff, but I can get over that, right? I can get over a lot of this stuff. I think my biggest thing is that like all the abilities are cool, but I think I agree with him where you should be able to equip way more abilities. You should be able to equip an ability for like every single button. Like all 4 buttons should be assigned to an ability, so you can do like 4 abilities at the same time. And maybe because you need to use X to jump and circle to dodge, right? But maybe since but maybe you just hold down R1 or something in order to pop up a menu, and then you can do circle or square, or circle or X, right? And then you have access to all four. And then you can do it the same way, where then you can switch with R2, and then you can bring up a menu with R1, and then you can pick the one you want, and you can do it that way. I think that would at least make it so you can use all your abilities. Because I do think, like, it kind of sucks that you only have 2 abilities at a time. Like, it'd be really good if I could use all my abilities at the same time instead of, like, or at least 4 of them, right? Not having to have all of them equipped, because like there's 6 of them, so it's like that's a lot. But yeah, like being able to have 4 equipped would be nice, right? Being able to have 3 equipped would be nice. 4 equipped, you know. It'd make combat more interesting, since the combat's so ability focused. It feels weird that you can only equip 2 abilities at a time. If you could equip 4, then, you know, I know some people don't like ability focused, but like it's fine if ability focused if you can chain skills in different ways. And the problem is that you can't chain a lot of skills in unique ways because you only have 2 skills equipped at a time, right? So you can't play with it as much, because every time you want to play with new skills, kind of, and try to like combine and play with them, you have to go into the menu and you have to switch to different skills. But if you could have 4 equipped at the same time, you could do so much with like, oh, like I'm gonna try to like launch this guy into the air with this thunder attack, and then dive towards him with a fire attack, and then use green attack to lift him up into the air and slam him down. Like, well, and even or like if you had earth attacks, like I could use, like, imagine there's an earth attack that slams people. I think there is an earth attack that slams people down. You could lift people up into the air with green, and then you could slam them down with earth. Like, there's so much stuff you could do. But the problem is that you don't have enough equipped at a time to be able to do it. And then, yeah, the gear system just sucks. And again, you either revamp the gear system where, like, you know, maybe attack and daze aren't set to the same thing. Maybe a weapon has more than just attack and daze, because that's kind of lame. Maybe there's a better way to upgrade swords so that my, you know, legendary epic sword doesn't just, you know, get old and sit in the bottom of my inventory because it only has 165 damage, you know. Maybe just like, again, like ranking things by green, blue, and purple is like an industry thing, but like it doesn't work if they're not good weapons. Like, that's my big thing. Like, you can have a legendary weapon, but if it just gets outpaced by a green weapon over time, and there's no way to upgrade it to be better than the green weapon later, then it's not really a legendary weapon. Like, you know, if I get a legendary weapon, the only thing that should be better than that legendary weapon is another legendary weapon. Bold take, but, you know, like, I don't even think that's a bold take. If you have a legendary weapon, the only other thing that should be better than that legendary weapon is another legendary weapon. That's just makes sense. Same thing with epic. You should never have a green or a blue weapon that's better than an epic weapon. Like, but like they are, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And, you know, there should be more stats and there should be all this other stuff. But again, that's if they want to make it an RPG. If they want to make more RPG elements, then they need to go harder on it. Otherwise, they should have just given me one sword. Right? They should have just given me one sword and given me skins for it. Why, like, Levin Bolt, I would use this thing all the time just for a skin because it looks freaking cool. But I can't because it's nerfing me, because it's bad. And there's no way to make it better besides crafting. But the stuff that I need for it is always like legendary epic stuff that I don't know how to get because there's no side content to grind for that like stuff that I need to upgrade it, which would be fine. I don't care about the side content, but like if you're going to put crafting materials that I need to craft something, then you have to give me a way to get those crafting materials, right? Which they don't. They'll be like, I think like you kill bosses and then you'll be like, oh, I actually got one of these. But like otherwise, like in the main game, there's no way to be able to do that. So you just have to keep playing the main story, and then eventually you'll be able to level it up. But you won't be able to level it up multiple levels. So even if you level it up once, which I think I've already done with some of these, right? Even if I level it up once, right? Like the 11 bolt was made using like the sword that I used to make another sword that I used to make another sword. Even if I upgraded the 11 bolt, it would still be worse than the platinum sword +2. Even if I spent the time to, you know, I don't know, like I can't even grind. Like you can't grind, which like you can't grind for the items you need, which like I don't like grinding. I'd rather, you know, not have to do that. So I don't have like a problem with not grinding, but like, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, I have this cool weapon, I want to be able to use it, but you just can't. You just can't use it because it's 25 damage and stun less than the platinum sword +2. So like, yeah, I could nerf myself. I'm not going to. Yeah, I don't know. It's just logically not good, you know? Wait, this is where it came from. It's just logically not good. It's the logic of how you play the game is not good. I think that's a lot of like, honestly, I think game design is like 90% logical thinking. Like if you can think logically, you go, okay, well, if we're gonna have a boss here and we had, you know, X amount of potions here, then we need to give them X amount of potions before the boss fight. So we need to place those here, here, and here because that's the most logical place. And like that's like so much of game design is that. Like if like you have to do all this logical thinking in order to make sure the character, you have to logically think of what the character is going to do or what the player is going to do and what the player is thinking and where the player is at in the game in order to, you know, what is going on? What do you think? Wait, but that's where it came from. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I was going backwards. But then I got up here and I didn't see a door. I killed the boss. I went in this room. Is this door openable? No, that's what I thought. Wait, the gate is open? Oh. I didn't think that was... I thought that was just a wall. 'Cause it's so big, I was like, oh, it's not a door. Okay. That makes sense. Woo. Bruh.
By the flames.
The whole castle is underground. That's interesting. The other ones were like, oh, there's like a sanctuary that's like inside the thing, but it's not the castle. No one lives there. This is like, no, like the castle is underground and like everyone.
Kuka never did do things by halves.
And the castle lives
as if
there.
taking the mother crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No one else did that. Everyone else just had the mother crystal and then their own city. And then he was like, nah, I'm building my freaking house in the mother crystal.
Let the trial begin.
Trial? What do you mean? What you talking about, Wills? What? Okay.
What the hell?
With me.
Okay. And take it. Nice. Come on. Come on. What? What? Oh, okay. I also think I should be able to run. Come on. Come on. Okay. Yeet. Oh, shoot. Ooh.
Nice try.
Okay.
Too slow.
Nice. And die. Yeah. Nice. I don't know. I might play through this game a second time. I don't know. I know people are like, I know, like, Skill Up and other people were saying, like, once you get to the end, it'll be New Game Plus. It'll be New Game Plus, and the New Game Plus isn't just New Game Plus, it's got, like, new bosses and new stuff, and I was like, depends how new it is, but, like, depends how new bosses and new content is, and, like, but, like, if it's, like, you know, fairly different in New Game Plus versus, like, the second run, like, I might do it. And, like, they were also saying, like, it's gonna be more difficult, and I'm like, that sounds good. I could take a rise in difficulty, like, rise in difficulty sounds fun to me. Pop. Burn.
What the hell is going on? Are these things hitting me?
And I will say, the casting spells in between your hits is a really cool way to add an extra layer to the you know, just to the normal spamming square, to the normal, like, spamming attack, like, because it adds a level of, like, actual skill, because you have to time it correctly, and it's not that easy to time correct. Like, it is once you get used to it, but until you get used to it, like, it's you know, it's not very, like, easy to do. So then it feels really satisfying when you actually do it, because it's like, oh, like, this is actually not.
Come on.
Everything die. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
First orcs, now these nightmares.
Whew.
Is this your doing, Ultima?
Oh, Ultima, that's technically his name. I don't know what his name was before.
This won't be easy. Nice try. Too slow.
Come on. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And lightning. Hit him again. damage. Woo. Getting close there.
That's better.
Out of potions. But you don't want to heal me? Okay, fine. Fine. But you're not getting a treat later, because you're a bad dog. Bad dog. No treat for you. Is it this door? What? Better show me the way, bud. What? What do you mean? Oh. Ah. It's these big doors that look like walls. I keep being like, there's a regular sized door that looks like a door, and then there's a big door that is like very much a wall, and then you're just like, oh. Looked like a wall with wallpaper on it.
You've been busy, Kupka.
Destroying tables, yeah. His specialty.
Where did you go?
Bruh, no one needs a bed that big. You can fit like 10 people in that bed. Like, it's not even comfortable. It's not even comfortable to be in a bed that big. It feels weird. Like, if you've ever been in like a really big bed that like where like there's just all this space, like you either sleep on the right side or the left side of the bed. But it feels weird because like the whole, like all this space to the side of you is totally empty. And you're just like, okay. Or if you're one of those weird people that are like in a big bed and then you like, you're in a big bed and you sleep in the middle of it. And then you have to like pivot when you wake up in the morning to the very far outer edges of the bed in order to get out of the bed. Okay. I mean, we're gonna have to fight Titanize him. I'm actually glad that they didn't kill Koopa when we fought him, because I was like, they can't not have us fight Titan. Like, that's gonna be sick. Like, I want to fight Titan. Like, I freaking want to fight Titan. They can't not have me fight Titan. That would be super lame. So there was a moment there before we chopped off his hands that I was like, oh, we're gonna kill him? I don't want to kill him. Like, I want to kill him after I fight Titan. But if he dies, I can't fight Titan anymore. Oh, yeah. That one's great for getting the gang together. Man, I get this one back so fast. This one comes back, like, immediately. Look how fast that one comes back. All the other ones are, like, mildly, like, pretty slow coming back. That one comes back, like, instantaneously. By the time I do a... Oh, piss off, you two. Okay. Nice.
That better be the last of them.
Okay.
Benedicta, my everything.
Yeah, I killed her and chopped her head off.
So much.
Although I don't think I actually chopped her head. I'm still like, who chopped her head off? Don't touch it, Kupka.
I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know, he's delusional. Yeah, I figured she wasn't there. I figured she wasn't there and he was just seeing shit. Someone's tricking you, my man. Benedicta's on Nikki.
You get away from her! Benedicta!
Bro, this is a Ron Weasley seeing Harry and Hermione kiss moment.
Oh shit, he's
Friggin' Voldemort being like, oh yeah?
Not now.
So how does he get his power back then? How do people get their powers back after they've had them taken away? That's what I don't understand.
Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without. Come to me, Ifrit!
Yes! Ifrit's back! That's my brother. Yeah. What's up, bro? How's it going? I'm really interested to know what Ultima, what's all this stuff with Ultima, because I feel like Ultima, they haven't really talked about him yet. They haven't really given that much info about him yet. Nice. Oh, Titan's not as big as I thought he would be. I thought he was like way bigger than Ifrit. Okay, yeah, he is way bigger than Ifrit. Never mind. Oh, he doesn't have his hands. Okay. No, never mind. He got his hands back. Okay, yeah, he is pretty huge. I was just surprised that he could be so mobile while being so huge. Like, that leap was kind of insane. Oh, bro, the music. The music's so good. I like how you can dodge in any direction with wildfire. Why does this fight feel so much more mobile than the one against Benedicta? The one against whatever her name is. Not Benedicta, her god. Benedicta's god that you transform into. That she transforms into. What? Bite his legs off. Woo. Poor Titan, you're such a pussy. Come on. Keep going. Oh, that's freaky. Titan's mouth is freaking freaky. Eat shit.
Nice trick.
Shield makes sense. Makes sense that he's got shield.
But if you can do it, then so could I.
Fire shield? Fire blast? Oh yeah, brimstone. Is that a shield? Can I shield now? Or, oh no, maybe that's like an actual ability that I just learned that I can use in my Titan subclass. That would be crazy. I learned an ability from him that I can use with his subclass that I stole from him during a fight with him. Okay, no, never mind. It is hold and release R2 to emit a violent eruption. To increase explosion size and strength. X to any time to cancel the charge without triggering the explosion. Brimstone 2, if it is vulnerable to damage while charging Brimstone. Suffering an attack, however, will automatically trigger the explosion. Oh, okay. Oh, and it doesn't even hurt him. It just means this. Oh, shit. That's cool. What? I don't know why they haven't given us cool abilities like that until now. Feels like they could have given us like cool abilities like that a long time ago for fighting as Ifrit. Like we could have learned one of those against Garuda. That's her name, Garuda. Like this boss fight is way better than the one versus Garuda. Like, I know I noticed a lot of people were talking about how like they didn't like the boss fights as much. When they were fighting Garuda, a lot of people were like, I would rather watch this and play it. And I was like, really? Okay, well. But this one I would be like, come on, like this is a good fight. This is better than the Garuda one. The Garuda one, you felt very slow. I think that was a big part of it. You felt very slow in the Garuda one, but this one, like, I do not feel slow. Come on, keep going. Woo. Come on. Kill him. Take him out. There we go. Woo! It makes me want to go through all these fights too. Like I do actually like. There's another reason the New Game Plus sounds fun is going through all these fights and failing the QTE attempts, because I think you get different. If you fail the QTE events, you get different things. It plays a different version of the cutscene, which is cool. So like you never actually lose if you fail at QTE, which I think is kind of cool. Not because I'm afraid of losing a QTE, but because like I don't know, it just makes the fight more, because like if you could lose by doing QTE, it's kind of dumb. Like I don't know. Mostly because QTEs aren't challenging in the first place, so like losing them is kind of like dumb, you know, and like starting the game over because you lose a QTE is kind of dumb, just because most people are not gonna fail a QTE in the first place, you know. So like at least if someone did fail the QTE because like I don't know, they had their controller down or they thought the cutscene was over or something, then they still win, but it shows a different thing, which I don't know, I think it's cool. Okay, this is cool. Bro, what's with the rap music? It's actually kind of great. Oh! Wait, this is actually kind of... It's not too intense, but there's like sporadic rocks that I wasn't paying attention to. Bro, this is insane. He's got like Leviathan rock arms. Some people might think this is cheesy with the rap music. I kind of love it. At least I think it's rap music. There's a guy's talking, isn't there? I want to say there's a guy rapping in the background, but I can't really tell. Jeez. This is where I'm losing all my life, man. What? Am I able to dodge those? Because I keep shooting them and they're not blowing up before they hit me. Well, that was interesting. He whipped me to him. Get up his arm. Climb him. Are you gonna hurt yourself? You're gonna hit yourself in the arm with your own spikes, man. Ah! I'm just gonna start melting shit. Melting stone. Bro, what did I say? What did I freaking say? I said you gotta be careful, my man. I said you gotta be careful. You're gonna take off your own arm. Look what happened. Look what happened. You took off your own arm like a dingus. I said that was gonna happen, didn't I? Oh, okay. Do I Climb up his arm. Do I hit him in the hand? Oh, I do. Yeah? You gonna punch me? Okay, yeah, I can't hit him. Titan loss. What does that even mean? Ow. Gosh dang it. Come on. Bro, is this gonna take forever? I'm not doing any damage to this man. Is it gonna change at some point or what? I gotta be doing more damage than this. I am not doing enough damage. At some point, maybe it'll hit a QTE or something. Oh! Jeez. Oh, okay. So we're looking to stagger him, because then we can do more damage. There we go. Okay. And it's probably gonna transition to a different thing. Okay, good. As long as I don't have to take out his whole health bar in this one part, I was gonna be like, no way am I doing this for this long. Woohoo! Oh, what? Dumb. Ow. Come on, keep going. I can already hear people not liking this fight because of how long it's taking. Gosh dang it. You really got to get those off. Those stagger them hard. Those boosters stagger hard. God. Shoot. I was sneezing. Yeah, it's all about staggering him in this fight and not about doing damage. I always forget about that. Fireball. 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 God. Fireball. God. Okay. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, Kuka. He's going stagger. Thank you. Come on. Yeah, get him. Blow up that arm. How will you feel about having your arms literally taken from you again? Huh? This time I'm not just taking your arms, I'm taking your legs too, and you're gonna become a paraplegic. Suck it. Is that the right word? I don't know. Woo. Yes, that's what I wanted. Give me that arm. Now you're just a potato. You're just a big walking potato. Hit him. Yes. Go for the legs. I want the legs. What? Oh. Keep going. Keep going. We gotta deliver this to the legs. Come on, we gotta deliver this to his legs. Yeah! Excuse me, sir. I'm going to deliver this to your legs. Give me your legs. Curious if I can still hit them even when they're moving like that. No? Even if I'm not logged on.
What's up, Hugo?
Bro, you have literally The second you brought out tentacles, you doomed yourself. Because I have just proceeded to use your own tentacles to kill you. The tentacles were a mistake. The tentacles were a mistake, Hugo. I hope you can realize that. Maybe you'll improve next time. Maybe you'll realize that the tentacles were a mistake next time. Oh. Wait, what? He's inside the other Titan? That's interesting. Stun him. Give me the old stun. Get his stagger meter down. Come on. Stagger. Ah. Woo. Oh, whoops. Got him. Got him. Now he's just free falling. Oh, that was bad. That was a waste. Nice! Get swallowed by your own big man. Oh, no. Woo! 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 Come on. Come on. Nope. Come on. Come on. Stop being a baby. Big baby. Big rock baby. Ah! Come on. Come on. Ow. Did that even hit him? Shit. Come on. Come on. You big baby. Big rock baby. I don't know how we're still falling, to be fair. This is like the gravity does not work this way. We were not this high in the air. Like, there's a lot of people that aren't gonna like this fight. I dig it. It's not great, but it's definitely interesting. Ow. Yay! Get him. Get the big man. Kill the big man. Take his arm. Take his arms again. Do it again. Take his arms again. You don't deserve arms.
From the Mother Crystal. If you can do it.
What just happened? Am I getting charged up by, like, the light or something? Like the... I'm getting charged up like he did from the stones or something? Well. Ah! Come, Gatling! Here we go. Nice. No. Stop. No. Man. Get punched. Nice. Yay. Ha. Okay, that made me crack up. The freaking friggin' cuts made me laugh. Da 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 da. Let's go. I'm gonna destroy your stone, bitch. That's how you know I'm in control of Ifrit now, because I actually destroyed the stone. Oh, bro turned to stone. Bro got petrified because he went too hard. Yeah, eating the stone probably make you petrified. What is the constant, like, brain aneurysm? Okay, say it is him. But that's not my brother, right? But it is my brother. But why does my brother keep giving me headaches? Not telling me what's going on. Unless he's,
Is that you, Ultima?
I was about to say, unless there's
What do you want?
Ultima and my brother.
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
And also, my brother in Ultima are technically one now,
What
so...
are you talking about?
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
This is like a Sephiroth moment, man.
Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Is he saying that because we are alive, we can't have a will unless we are alive and like bound to a body? Is that what he's saying? But like, is he insinuating that will can have a will of its own without a consciousness? Like people like there can be will without like someone being living? It's kind of like a god thing, isn't it? It's like
no more command the power of ether by drowning in its
But isn't the
flood.
idea of consciousness kind of the same
Then one can
like thing? Like it's
constrain
like,
the tides by standing in the sea.
is he saying that something can have a will of its own without
Thought Hugo wiser
having a
than
consciousness?
this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
I mean,
Titan
yeah.
was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger.
Bro, we're getting into a whole new
5
thing
years
here.
that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
So what? Okay. This is the thing. These guys, like, we don't even know them at all. Like Odin, like this. Or well, I mean, he's not Odin, but it's the guy who controls Odin.
Oh, that the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Dang.
Some medicine, my lord?
My lord. Medicine, my lord.
I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince.
Hmm.
If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
Is he
The
petrifying?
Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Oh, okay. Guys.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Thank you for separating. So just, thank you.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside.
Okay.
And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
Battle.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Thousand pardons.
Olivier has been made emperor.
What
is the meaning of this?
Olivier's still a kid.
Orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Bro, he was made king under... or emperor before you? What the fuck?
Terrence.
Yes, my prince.
I'm gonna go kill my dad.
I must go to the palace.
Yes,
I'll
do
rein
that.
your steed.
Yeah. Screw your dad. You're not staying there. No, you're freaking going to talk to him.
What is it now?
Someone's dead. You just threw a dead body in your tent. Oh!
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
You wanted to talk to him, right?
At ease. We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
They really gotta explain why he's still alive. They really gotta explain how he's still alive. Like it's been
I did not expect
hours. It's been hours and hours and hours and hours of them not explaining why my brother is still alive.
How many years has it been since the remembrance ceremony?
You know, like the only reason I'm impatient about it. The only reason I'm impatient about it is because the more like time that goes on with them not explaining, the more I get concerned that they're just going to be like, it doesn't need explaining. You should just figure it out on your own or just make assumptions or something. And I'm like, no, you need to explain how my brother is still alive. So like, if they're going to explain it and I just need to be more patient, that's fine. But I've been patient for like a long time and I'm starting to get concerned that they're like, hey, you know, he's just alive now. Get over it. And it's like, no, you explain. You explain. Explain it. Explain it now. So like, I'll continue to be patient, but like if we get to the end of this game and they don't explain it, I'm gonna be mad. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Okay. Okay. jeez. Yes, doggo. Good doggo. Come on. Out of the shadow. Cool.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Otto. Sweet. We killed Titan. There's only 2 more left. And they actually seem the most reasonable of the 2, so this will be interesting. Because I feel like they're not just gonna be like the other 2 and be like, oh yeah, you wanna fight? Let's fight. I feel like they're gonna be like, no, we need to talk. And you're gonna be like, what do you mean? And they're gonna be like, well, you see, we know all this stuff, and you don't know any of this stuff, and now we're gonna tell you about all this stuff. And then, like, I feel like Kupka and Benedicta were just, like, very, like, the second you met them with their characters, you knew that they were like, not villains, but you knew they were gonna be your enemy, right? You felt it. It was just like, these guys are gonna be my enemy. I can't talk to them. I can't, like, I'm not gonna be able to talk to these people. They're not gonna listen. But the other 2 guys feel like they're people that would maybe listen to you. Like, maybe they're actually gonna listen to me. Maybe we'll actually have a dialogue. I don't know if it would just be straight up like, you're from another country, and I'm from this country, and we're both dominants, so we're gonna fight. Like, I feel like they would be more nuanced than that with these next 2 characters, because their characters feel more nuanced than that. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they won't. Maybe it'll just be like, oh, we're gonna go fight these guys. But I feel like they're building towards something else with the Ultima stuff and
tidings for once.
and other stuff where, like, the next 2 crystals
Is no more.
are not going to be just like, we're gonna go to this place and do this crystal, and we're gonna go to the next place and do the next crystal. Like, I feel like it's like,
Back at Sid's place.
that feels like it's been concluded with this one. I feel like now it's gonna be more nuanced.
Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well.
I would be surprised if the next mission, if the next part of the story was like, now we're just gonna destroy the other crystal. Doesn't feel like that anymore.
It's good to be back.
Now we're gonna destroy the other 2 crystals. Like, I don't think that's gonna be the rest of the game. I feel like something else is gonna happen.
I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Just don't petrify.
Otto. Any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Okay. Sweet. Vivian?
Ah, the conquering...
I may have picked up one or...
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same.
What?
But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Oh, that's how you do that. Orcs, Vivian. Okay. I don't know I could do that. Like that. I've done that before, but I thought that it was a different button.
The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin.
Yeah.
The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest.
The fighting
But
was
of late,
fiercest.
the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest.
Okay.
Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed?
Weird.
It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standing.
Okay.
Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalist betrayed. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied...
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to... If one is to cure a sick...
He's really throwing himself.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do, well, not quite. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. The wounds he left that night, consider it the price of today.
I've never known you to be sentiment.
What can I say?
I suppose we are.
Okay. Gotta spread the word. Ugh. Okay. You guys can't just spread the word for me. I literally told you. I literally just went, hey, you know, this is what happened. You know, why do I have to spread the word? It's not my job. I'm literally the guy in charge. Get over yourself. Don't you dare backtalk me.
Someone looks pleased with himself.
Nothing escapes you, lad. It's true.
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck.
Oh, yeah, don't let it get your head. Yeah, shut up.
Blackthorn.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that...
This is it then. Under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Sweet. Is Kupika being dead really that... I mean, I get it's a big deal, but like... Feels like Kupika being dead doesn't really impact us that much, since we're in literally a whole entire different area. Of the map. But maybe I'm wrong.
Who visited? Was that really Sid's uncle?
It'd be like if... I don't know. It'd be like the equivalent of like the president of France died. It'd be like, okay, sure, that doesn't impact me whatsoever. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like...
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No.
Oh, my.
Be like if the president of some other country was really bad and doing bad things to his country, and then... Although I guess no, we were at war with them or something, so it would be a more... Yeah, okay, I can see it. Were we at war with them though? I thought the Empire was at war with them, and we're just kind of like on our own, separate from the Empire. So like, I don't know. Like we don't have any like national ties, right?
Brilliant.
And if anything, we should hate the Empire more, because the Empire are the ones who freaking killed my family and destroyed my my home.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no.
Aww.
And not for want of trying.
No info.
I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves.
A bringer of...
But until I do...
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Otto? Oh, yeah. Well, you got Otto. Hopefully something not a pain in the ass. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
La 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 la. Come on. Okay. Otto!
Barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something? Just spreading the word.
Yeah, about that. Yep, pretty much. Vivian can't do her own job correctly. So I gotta do it for her.
Soft side, has she?
Yep.
No. But you ain't. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hard. More peaceful, not least of all Sid.
What?
Well,
right, I should tell
when you
Sid,
do,
the guy who's dead.
be sure
Yeah.
to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that wood. Very well.
Okay, so I have to go to the workshop. It is true, we spent like a bunch of missions doing the workshop stuff. It would be nice if the workshop was actually helpful in some way. I don't know if it is, if it will be at some point, but I don't know. Okay. Let's look at this workshop of yours. Any other memories? Nope. No memories for me. What? Ow. I thought you said she was in the workshop. Isn't the workshop? I'm bad with directions. Okay. Where's the workshop? I thought it was like... Maybe I'm getting confused where the workshop is. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. I remember this now. I've only been over here like a handful of times because there's nothing over here. Except maybe now a workshop. Oh, we'll see. Maybe the workshop is, cool. Maybe I can do something with it. I don't know.
Editors started reading books that don't have any.
Hey, that's what I thought. I've not been to the workshop since it has been opened. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Okay, Sid, what is it?
All right, Clive? What do you want?
What do you mean, what do I want?
I'm going to visit Sid.
What's the point of this stupid
I
place?
thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that, right? I've got to get this thermal display.
Thermal. And
yes.
This is...
Tell me. What is it?
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen.
Okay.
Me and my dad
Looks
designed
cool.
it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And which is where...
The stack
I may have already... But the stack's a bit more involved.
You're telling me I have to find something?
It's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done.
Sounds like a fetch quest.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Ah, don't say that.
Old Clive.
Don't say that,
Oh,
Clive.
you say that.
Damn it, Clive.
First things first.
Why'd you have to say
I
that?
need some parts mecking. The stack will be made up of...
Clive, I don't care. What?
Full... Probably best to take it one bit.
Then you'll need to start with the play-in. Everything else, I've got the designs. Show these to Blackthorn.
I hate you.
Luckily, you don't need to.
You're useless. All you are is a fetch quest engine. That's all they added you for, is to be a garbage fetch quest engine. You're like, I need the parts for the thing. Oh, I need the bloody parts for the bloody thing. That's not helpful at all. It doesn't do anything to improve your gameplay whatsoever. But we gotta do it because I really want to make the thing. And it's like, oh, shut up. Mid is mid. She is middle. She is boring. Can't stand mid. You suck. See, like, she's got the yellow symbol, which makes me think, oh, she's got new stuff. But then you check her stuff, and she's got the same stuff. Oh, you got the enhancer, huh? Oh, look, it's... This is the first sword that doesn't have the same stun as the same attack. Guys, we're making progress. There's actually a weapon that doesn't have exactly the same attack that it does stun. It's crazy. They actually have separate stats. Yeah. Yep. 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 Is there anything I can... Well, that's buying. Is there anything I can sell? That I have duplicates of. Oh. I have 2 of these.
I reckon I can find a buyer.
Okay. I have the hunter stuff, yeah. Cool. Badge. Favor of stuff. All this other stuff. I have 2 badger medals? No. Oh, did I sell the 3 oh, maybe I can't sell them. That's probably more like it. That's probably more understandable. Is there anything that just needs to be sold? Valuable can be sold for Gil.
You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much.
Gil bug.
I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I'll be thankful you got
Good.
that much.
Just in crafting. Yep. Okay.
Finished, are you?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I hate you. You I can deal with.
Blackthorn.
Hell with it.
It's for me.
This might go on then.
She wants a thing. Here. Make them. From your own personal delivery boy.
Well, I don't know. I'll get...
So Mid's roped us all in yet, still.
It's this that me.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Yes, we're making the machine. I get it. I get that we're making the machine. I don't. I actually. Okay.
All right then. Where do we find this?
I actually had a prompt.
He wouldn't do that. He's.
I actually had a prompt that had multiple, like, possibilities. I don't think I've ever had that.
So, what it be?
Grindstone. Oh, I got the...
Should last you a good while. No scratches, right?
Sword +1. I have all those. I have all those. And enhancer 2.
You can thank me later.
See, like, where do you get another Earth Shard? Or, well, I guess not. These aren't a good example because Stormcry turned into Flame Tongue, which turned into Levin Bolt, which turned into Grindstone. So that's not a good example. But, like, White Worm Bone, like, where the fuck do I get White Worm Bone? Like, Wyrite's normal. Like, you can find Wyrite. So, but, like, where the hell do I find Liquid Flame? How do I get Liquid Flame? Explain to me how I get Liquid Flame. Like, besides just, maybe something random drops it. I don't know. Like, okay.
My best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later.
Okay. I thought I only had one Earth Material. I guess not. That uses Meteorite. I don't have enough Meteorite. Okay. And we go to gear, and we go, oh, look at all this gear. It's all garbage. They're all in the garbage. Oh, look, the new weapon I got, Grindstone, already a piece of shit. I just got it. Already a piece of shit. Already useless. Yeah. Already useless. Honestly, it was worse than a base level enhancer. Or I guess not worse. Only, yeah, okay. Actually, it's better than base level enhancer, but still. It's almost on par with the platinum sword that I've been using this whole time. It is literally so not good. Like, that's so pathetic. Like, literally, I just got this sword, and I wouldn't have been able to get this sword before Kupka. But the sword that I was using to fight Kupka is almost as good. And the sword that I got immediately after fighting Kupka, that I just bought with the stuff that I had, is better than this by a lot. Like, it's garbage. It's bad crafting system. Bad. See, like, this is a good example. Like, this is a good example of how it should be, right? The mithril wristlets are something that I got a long time ago that are a blue item. They are better than all the green items, even the ones that I get now, right? I only recently got the Hunter's Armlets +1, and even the Platinum Cans +2 are not as good as the blue armlets. Because that just makes sense. So why are the purple weapons garbage compared to the green weapons? Explain. Like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I think I'm using all red, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I want to use all purple, yeah. Except the Wages of Warcraft is actually important. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gather the... Oh my god, I have to gather the materials? Really? How? Doesn't even say how. Do I have to... Is it not here? Do I not gather them here? Do I have to go to the... Oh my gosh. Stop. No! Stop taking snapshots. There we go. I have to go to another area to gather materials. Oh man, this is tough. It's tough to deal with all these side quests and nonsense after. And this is the other thing I do agree on with Scale Up about, is that like the ups and downs in this game are very like fighting a boss fight up here, like doing some of the like even just like mini bosses or like some of the really cool, there's a lot of fun fighting stuff. And then even some of the like in the story stuff, a lot of the story stuff is up here, right? But the second you get through like a saga or something, right? You get through like a saga, like killing Kupka finally, right? And then it just kind of dies. Then they just go, oh, we need you to build a ship, so go get the parts. And it's like, you're making me do this shit now? Really? Really? I don't know, man. You're making me go get parts, to collect parts for a thing that I don't even care about. Like, kind of stupid. You don't want to. Honestly, I think that's a good stopping point, though. We killed Kupka, and now maybe I'll be more patient at the beginning of a stream to do this than now. I think I'm gonna sign off there. 3 hours. We got some pretty good stuff done. We killed Kupka, and I think that'll lead off for starting the next phase, next stream. So, also I think I probably won't stream till like Monday. Probably won't stream Sunday. And I'm thinking like, originally I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I might keep doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday for streams. I also think I'll try to do like 2 in the afternoon. I think this is a good time. Like 2 in the afternoon to like 5 in the afternoon or something like that. I don't really like doing like night streams. It's just not very enjoyable. So yeah, awesome. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.